Hello everyone. As you may now be aware, the government has produced guidance in relation to the changes to the job retention scheme from the 1st of July. At the last count, I think I've seen 7 different notes amended by the government, and I've been working my way through those. So I'll just summarise the main changes as I've found them. So in terms of eligibility, we have to have claimed the grant in the past, at least in respect of one employee, to be able to flexibly furlough anyone from the 1st of July. Our claims from July can't exceed the maximum number of employees that we've furloughed in the past. We have to keep records of how many hours the employees worked and how many they've been furloughed for. A new written agreement must be put in place in relation to furloughing arrangements. Flexible furlough is introduced, meaning the employee can work as much or as little as we require going forwards, and an employee can be re-furloughed flexibly a number of times. The flexible furlough period can last any amount of time, but the minimum claim period must be 7 days. If somebody's on a new furlough period, at the point at which the new scheme comes into effect, they must have served a minimum of 3 consecutive weeks before the next claim can start. So if, for example, we re-furloughed somebody on the 22nd of June, they must serve 3 weeks on that pattern before we can then change that to a flexible furlough arrangement. There are some concessions for employees returning from parental leave. So, for example, maternity leave. They will probably not have been furloughed before, and they can be for the first time, irrespective of the fact they haven't served any time on furlough leave prior to the 30th of June. There's some additional information which has to be provided by employers who are furloughing more than 100 employees. A template will be provided by HMRC by the 1st of July in order to assist with this. Claim periods will have to be linked to calendar months going forwards. This is because the limits will start to change in terms of the amounts that employers can claim, and that also relates to pension contributions and national insurance. For any claims up to the 30th of June, employers will have until the 31st of July to make those claims, and only one claim again can be made in respect of any time period. Now, when it comes to calculating the pay that an employee receives, unfortunately, it's not as simple as logging the hours worked in the month and logging the hours that an employee doesn't work. There is the concept of usual hours which has to be worked out. So this is based on an average number of contracted hours in the claim period minus the actual hours worked in the claim period. And depending on whether your employee is fixed or variable hours, you're effectively looking back at a period of time using calendar days to calculate an average number of hours in each month. You then deduct any hours worked in the claim period, and that leaves you with an amount that you can claim under the grant. So we have prepared a guidance note which will be going on our website shortly, which goes through that in further detail and also contains some hyperlinks to the government guidance and helpfully some examples that they've put together. We also discuss how the claim is then calculated and changes that come into effect in relation to the grant from the 1st of September. So that's excluding national insurance and pension, but from the 1st of September there is an additional calculation to perform because the grant reduces to a lower percentage with the employer being required to top up. So I hope you found that whistle-stop tour helpful. As I say, a guidance note will be going onto our website shortly, and hopefully you will have no problem whatsoever in calculating furlough grants going forwards.